Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, we successfully designed our home page and also we load our navbar, right? So now I want to put some of the link, like when you click as a login, then our login page will be loaded. When you click as a register, our register page will be loaded, right? And also we have to design it. So right now I have already added that our router DOM. So right now we don't need this. And also here we don't need this, XJS will be needed. So now first of all, let's create this design phase for the logging. So let's do that work. So doing this, we have to go to our project. So into the project area, I want to create another route. Better I copy it and here I paste it. And also I want to do in our component area, I want to load some of the component. Better I want to create some of the component. First of all, I want to create one of the logging page. So that will be as a logging.jsx, and also I want to create another one. And also I want to create that one of the class-based components, as I told you before, as if you write down as a RCE. So that is our class-based component, and component name as our login, right? And also I want to create another one. I want to create another one as for the register. That is a register. So that will be the register.jsx. I want to create also for the forget password. So that will be the forget. And then the JSX, and also when this user will be successfully logging, this user will be able to access one of the profile page. So for the reasons, I want to create another one as a profile. Okay, profile.jsx. I hope friend it's very much clear to you. And better I want to create all that class based component as a RCE, and then that will be for the register. We don't need this export. So export default, by default, that is a register is here, right? And then also for the forget as RCE, and then that will be for our forget. I simply remove it, and then that will be the profile as a RCE. Perfect. I have created some of the class-based component. Okay, friend. So now I just click as a save all. Perfect. So one by one now we'll update. So first of all, I want to work in our logging. So for the logging in our header, into the header, if you go, so into the header area, that is our route, as the exact path will be as a /logging. Okay, I make it as a logging, and here I want to load one of the component name as a logging component. Okay, logging component. So when you use this logging component, also you have to load it, right? So simply things I copy it and then I paste it. So that will be as import this logging, import this logging from our components, and that is our components, and that is our page name as a login. So now I simply load it as a logging. Perfect. So now that means that now it should be loaded. So if you go to our logging component, better here I want to write down as one of the h1 tag. Okay, I have h1 tag as a logging page, and for the register, I open this register. Here also I want to add that another h1 tag, and that will be for the register page. Okay, register page. Perfect. So now I also want to create the same things for the register. That means here I want to create another route. I copy it and then I paste it. So that will be for the register. I name it as or URL path will be as a register. Here I want to load that as a register. I name it as a register component. Okay, so now that should be the same. Better I copy it. I have to import this component. Our component name will be as a register component, and it will be loaded from our components folder. That is our components folder, and that is our register, right? So now that will be loaded from to this position. Perfect. So now if you want to check it, now click as a save all, and now go there. Now click as a refresh. So now if you click as a logging, so now it's not working because of all here I didn't update that link. Here we are using that router DOM, right? So here we have to update it. That means first of all we have to import it. So I simply copy it. I copy that import, and in our logging page, not that logging, in our navbar. So into the navbar area, first of all we have to import it. Okay, I simply import. There is a router DOM. Sorry. So here actually I miss it, so I better copy it, and then in our navbar, into the navbar area we have to import it. Okay, we have to import our React router DOM, and into the React router DOM, as I told you in fundamental, here we have to update these things with this link, right? So now I have to update it. So I copy it. So right now there is a logging, so that will be not a, so here that is a bootstrap, right? So now I simply update as a link, and also I want to finish it. So that is a link finish. Okay, so I simply close that link, and here there is a href will be not that href, it should be as a 2, right? So it should be as a 2, and here I updated that our URL name as a slash logging, right? So now that will be as a slash logging. So I simply updated as a slash logging, that will be as a slash register. So if you go to that header, I name it for the register as a register. So that will be for the register, and also here we have to update that link, not that href. Also we have to close that link, and that will be as a 2 and then the register. I hope friend it's very much clear to you. So when you put that link, and if you go to our route, you can see our link is now selected, and that means here right now we are using this link. Okay, so make that sure you import this create route, that is a router dump. So with this router dump, when you put any link, we have to update this link like that way. So in fundamental I have already covered everything. So now if you click as a save all, so now that should be okay. Now if you click as a refresh it, now click as a login. Yes, you can see without loading that page, our login page is now successfully loaded. Click as a register. Yes, without loading that page, our register page is now loaded. I hope friend it's very much clear to you. So that is very much basic structure, how that main structure actually work, right? So in our header, I have created that path as a login, and the register I load this component, and here I import this component. So in our login page, one of the h1 tag is now loaded as a login page. So you can see that is our login page, h1 tag is visible. Perfect. So now I want to design it. Okay, so here that should be not display like that way. That is our logging page, that is a logging.js. So right now I want to take another div. Okay, I take another div and I close this div, and into this div area I want to put on the class. Okay, I put on the class, and this class I want to put that name as a row. Okay, so I want to take one of the row, so that will be as a row. Perfect. And also I want to take another div. I want to take one of the box actually. So that is one of the another class as a bootstrap as a Jumbotron. So now I want to use it. So that is I take another div and I close this div, and in this div area I want to put one of the class. And this class I want to take it as a Jumbotron. Okay, Jumbotron. So Jumbotron I make it as a call LZ. Okay, call LZ4. So I simply make it as a call LZ4 and then offset. Okay, offset LZ. So that is bootstrap one of the code. Actually, I'm using it on here. So there is a Jumbotron call LZ4 offset LZ4. Okay, so here I want to add one of the h3 tag. Sorry, here I want to use one of the h3 tag, and then I close that h3, and here I want to put better one of the class as a. And in the class area, I name of the class as a text center. Okay, text and then center. Text center. So into the text center, it should be displayed as a logging account. Okay, so this type of one of the text it should be displayed. Perfect. And now let's check this out fast. Now click as a save all. And now here, if you go to our logging page, click as a refresh. Perfect. So there is some of the box here, but I want to put some of the bracket. So after this div, okay, I want to put some of the bracket in here. There is a bracket, and then I want to end this bracket. So I put 2 bracket. Now click as a save all. Now refresh it. Yeah, it's perfect. So now I want to also add the form. If you go to that bootstrap side, into the bootstrap side, I want to take one of the form. That is actually here. There is a form, right? So into the component there is a form. Now I want to use this form. Okay, so this simple one of the form I want to take. So that is one of the form. I better copy total form from to this position, and now after this div, okay, so better I want to make it a little bit into the left side with pressing the shift tab. So now into this tab area I want to add this form. Okay, so I simply add this form. So now they have some of the error. Because of all we have to AND it. So I simply AND it, and also there is another one. I simply AND it, and there is a checkbox. There's submit button. So right now we don't need this div. I remove this div. Okay, so now you can see our error is totally gone. So here make that sure you update. That means you have to AND all that our input field. So now I simply update it. Now click as a save all, and now if you go our site, click as a refresh. Perfect. So there's email address and the password. So now there's this text, we don't need this. I want to remove it. So that is small. I simply remove this small. Okay, so that is actually our form. Perfect. So that is our email address, the password, and better I want to make it as a login, not the submit. So that will be as a login. Now click as a save all. Now I want to refresh it. Yeah, that is a login, email address, and the password, right? So that is always a password field. And then there is a login form. So the better I want to update this login. I want to take it with this whole page. Design actually depends on you what type of design you want to actually include. So there is a BTN primary. So after that I want to block it. That means a BTN block. Okay. So I make it as a BTN block. Then that will be actually our total wide. Now we save all, and then refresh it. Yeah, that is our total wide. Perfect. And also here, if you want to add that link for the forget password, you can also add that link. Better after this. Okay, after this button, I want to use it as a forget. Okay, forget my password. Okay, forget my password, and here I want to put another link. So make that sure when you use that link, then you have to use this link, right? And also you have to end this link. So now I want to end this link. Perfect. So into the link area, it will be the link to. Into the link to area, I want to create another route. So that means our route URL will be the forget. Okay, so I name it as a forget, and that will be as a click here. Click here. So this type of the link, it should be display. And now first of all I want to check it. Click as a save all, and now if you go there, click as a refresh. Yeah, that is our forget password, and the click here. So better I want to put some of this space. That means I want to add some of the bracket. So I copy this bracket. So after this button, okay, here I want to add some of the bracket. So double bracket. Save all. Refresh it. Great. So not the two, better I want to use one. Okay, I want to use one. Perfect. So now we have to load our this forget. So if you want to load this forget in our header, first of all we have to create this route. So I copy it and then I paste it. So here I name it. I name that things in our that will be as a forget, right? So now I want to use it as a forget, and here I want to load one of the component as a forget. Okay, forget, and this forget we have to load it. I have already created this page in our component, and that is actually a forget, right? So now we have to load it. So I simply copy it and then I paste it. So that will be as a forget. Okay, forget, and also that will be as a forget. So input forget. Perfect. So now this forget page will be loaded. That means in our component there is a forget page in our component, and that is our forget page. Better to add one of the H1. First of all I have to check it. Okay, that is our forget page. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all, and now go there, click as a refresh. Perfect. So now that is our login page, that is our register page. Here also we have to update, and from here if you click as a forget, so now you can see there is a /forget. It's now redirected to our forget page, and everything is happening without loading that page. I hope friend every part is very much clear to you. So in our next video I want to design our this register page, and also I want to design our this forget page. Okay, so how can do that work step by step. I will show you everything with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.